Hello everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm recording this kind of late, but I saw the Batman yesterday around 4 and it was good. It was good. It was really good. I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. One of the things I really love about this film is the horror aspect. They really lean into that, and it's so good. There are so many moments in this film where I was tense, like, oh my God, what is gonna happen? What is gonna happen? Ooh. Oh, by the way, this probably will be spoilers. You've been warned. But yeah, it's like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? The Riddler's right there. Look out! Ooh, you're dead. Like, there were so many moments like that, even when the Riddler wasn't involved. And I think that has to do with it being super grounded. This movie is super uber grounded, and that's mainly because we're dealing with year 1, year 2 bats. So, a lot of his gadgets are more handmade. The tech is, less evolved. He has to really rely on his combat, street smarts, and what have you, and most importantly, his detective skills. And I absolutely love that, because I feel like that's an aspect of Batman we have been missing for a while, is him being the world's greatest detective. A lot of people forget about that part, and I don't know why, because that's so important to who he is and why he knows the shit that he knows, and he figures out what he figures out, especially in this movie, because he's a detective. And that's why when I originally found out that the Riddler was going to be the villain, I was so excited, because I'm like, Batman has no choice but to be a detective, to figure out what the Riddler is up to, where is he going, what is he doing, and in summary, it's like a mystery thriller, and I love a good mystery thriller. I'll say this: if you're going into this movie and you're expecting like action-packed Batman, just 24/7, bam, 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 you're not gonna get it. I'm sorry, you're not gonna get it. This movie is very slow at parts. It slows down often because Batman is really just being a detective throughout majority of this movie. And for me, I like that. I like it a lot. It doesn't really bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. I think it bothered the people in my theater, because a lot of them were getting up and leaving to go get food or what have you. One person fell asleep. And you could just tell that, some of the people in the theater, they weren't used to this pacing. They weren't used to things being so slow. I think a lot of casual viewers have been kind of conditioned with that 24/7 action, jokes, just bam, 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 bam. Not even jokes, just like action, and something has to be happening on the screen all the time. And it's like, no, it's okay to slow down and really just focus on the character and the situation, and I think that's one thing this movie does extremely well. Where to even start? I don't even know. Let's start with the characters, right? I mean, no better place to start. So, Bruce Bats, Robert Pattinson, incredible performance. I love what he and the writers brought to this Bruce Wayne. He is a lot darker. A lot darker. Like, literally in the film, he says he really doesn't care if he lives or dies. Like, to hold that mindset about yourself, that's very dangerous. Very dangerous. And I think that lends to his exploits as Batman. Me editing, I forgot to mention that it also lends into why we as the viewers grow to understand that Batman is who Bruce Wayne is at his core. That's him. I mean, the Riddler says it, but we also see it visually. It's why Batman is in the suit for majority of the movie. And when he's Bruce Wayne, he wants nothing to do with anything or anyone. We've seen it in countless scenes throughout the movie. So I just thought that was an interesting point to mention that I forgot to put in. Back to the video. I'm not going to say he's careless, but I don't know, the way he moves, he can be a little reckless at times. And I think that just lends into, like, at the beginning of the film, him not caring really about his life. As long as he gets that vengeance, that's all that matters. And of course, by the end of the film, he kind of learns to see things a little differently, which was great. And the start of something new, something evolved. So that was great. Catwoman. You know, I love Catwoman. She is my favorite. She's my favorite. And I think they did a great job with her here. I think they did a great job. They went with the story of Falcone being her father, which I remember from Long Halloween. They went with that storyline. Well, it was a part of the Long Halloween story. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought it played well into the story. Penguin, Oswald. He was great. Colin Firth. Oh! He was great. I didn't even recognize him. He was amazing. I love that, Oswald was a small player. He was kind of in the background. You knew he was there. You knew who he was, but he wasn't a huge player in this movie like someone like Falcone. And I love that because that's set up right there and it's not in your face. You know what I'm saying? Falcone, amazing. John Turturro, yes. Okay. Man was ruthless, and he didn't even have to do much on screen in terms of like violence. You just knew from the stories and the fact that almost everyone of political or authoritative importance, they were in his pocket. Like, it was great. Jim Gordon, yes, amazing. Yes, again, set up for him being the commissioner, because he's not the commissioner in this film, but you can tell that the people around him respect him as if he's such. They look to him for what to do. They listen to him when he's giving orders and stuff like that. So I'm excited for the future for Jim Gordon. Thomas and Martha Wayne. I absolutely love that we did not see their death scene, right? Thank God. But you know what I love even more than that? I love that their death was important. It held meaning. Yes, it served to move Bruce and his story, but it also held so much meaning to the overall plot. Like, it was a driving force for Riddler and why he was doing what he was doing, because of Thomas Wayne and his empty promises, and Martha Wayne and, her issues, right? I think that lends to, that kind of reminds me of how she became the Joker in Flashpoint, right? Because her family had issues, had mental issues, and she ended up, being in and out of psychiatric care. So I like that little detail. I like that their deaths weren't simply to just move Bruce into embracing himself as the Batman. Love that. Who else? I'm sure I'm forgetting someone, but those are the only ones that are coming to my head. I love how it's shot. I like the choices that they used during the action scenes. The action scenes that we got were really, really good. I felt like they were good. It showed the lengths of Batman's brutality and just how far he's willing to go. And like I said, this is what I'm saying about him kind of being reckless, because he'll literally just punch the daylights out of someone. And it's not a big deal. It's like, whoa. You know what I mean? But I thought it was great. The car scene between him and Penguin, that was my favorite action scene in the movie. Yeah, that was my favorite action scene. I think they did an amazing job with setting up Gotham, bringing us into this world and all its corruption, and how Batman is weaving through it, and Riddler too. And Riddler's plucking them off one by one, one by one. He wasn't treated like as a joke. He was threatening. He was a great antagonist. Now, why isn't this a 10 out of 10? Couple reasons. Couple reasons. There were some moments in the movie that felt like plot convenience, and it kind of took me out of it. Riddler's performance kind of took me out of it a little bit. When I first heard him, he was on the camera and he was talking and whatever, it reminded me of Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Tom Hardy.
Gotham! Take control. Take control of your city.
At Tom Hardy, what he brought to that character, it reminded me of that. And I couldn't take him seriously at times. And maybe that's what they were going for, right? But I just couldn't take him seriously. And especially when he got to the prison cell, he was singing, and I was like, okay. He was singing, like screaming one note. I was like, all right, my guy, if you say so. Everything after they caught Riddler, everything after that was a bit iffy for me. That is kind of what took me out of the movie. I'm not going to hold you. The first plot convenience, happened before they caught Riddler. And it had to deal with Selena. So Selena finally confronts Falcone, says, you know, I'm your daughter. She points the gun at him. She's basically at point blank range. I mean, basically. She has the shot, takes the shot, electricity goes out, and you're thinking, oh, she still shot him, right? No, she missed the shot. I don't know how she missed that shot, because it was dead on. But okay. And then you realize, oh, Falcone needed to be alive so then Riddler could shoot him outside of the building. And it's like, it makes you think. Riddler's final part of the plan, which was to bring the rat into the light, right? Which was Falcone, you know, that's dependent on Falcone being alive. So what would have happened if Selena killed him? What would have been your plan then? You know what I mean? Like, what would have been your plan? Would you still have shot him? It just raises some questions. And then after they caught Riddler, he had this extra plan to blow the seawalls, and that things are flooding. And that whole sequence of events was kind of riddled with some plot convenience moments that kind of took me out. Like when the mayor ran her dumbass out there center stage and then surprised that she got shot. Why would you go out there? Jim Gordon is literally telling you you're a target. Like, you need to stay here. Oh my God, that's the problem. You know, everyone's afraid of I'm gonna do something. What are you going to do? You think your voice is going to rally these people when they're literally drowning in water? Ma'am, come back from the delusion. Please. But whatever. She goes out there, and of course she gets shot, but they don't go for a headshot? Why? Why even leave her alive? Who knows? And when I'm saying why leave her alive, I'm talking about the Riddler goons at this point. Then you had the fight with the Riddler goons. And the one Riddler goon took his sweet time after he shot Batman with a shotgun the first time. He's hanging on the edge. You're taking your sweet time walking over there, reloading the shotgun, slowly pointing it at Batman's face.
Just blow the guy's head off.
And I'm rooting for Batman. But it's like the way that they framed it and the way it was set up, it just took so long for it to happen. It's obviously just give him enough time so Catwoman can come up and save him. But then it's like, that doesn't make sense because Catwoman is very agile. She's very quick on her feet. She would get there like that. So y'all could have shortened it and it would have made sense. I could understand maybe if it were Jim Gordon. He's not that fast, right? He's not as fast. But whatever. It kind of took me out a little bit. Okay. Then we kind of have the end scene where we get a tease at young Joker. And for a split second, when they first showed that scene, I thought it was Two-Face. I did. The way that they framed it, they were covering half of his face. His face was kind of like jagged a bit. It had like some scars on it. So I'm thinking, oh my God, is this Two-Face? And then the dialogue too, was making me believe it was Two-Face. He said something along the lines of, I don't know. I forgot what he said, but it made me think of Two-Face. I was like, oh my God, are we getting Two-Face? Oh, this will work so well. No, it's the Joker. I'm not like disappointed, but I just feel like Two-Face would have worked way better. And I hope they introduce him within this universe. I really do. But let's see. Other than that, yeah, characters made dumb decisions for the sake of the plot. Like when Alfred opened the message and bomb that was clearly meant for Batman. Like, why would you even examine it? Throw that shit out. But sake of the plot, right? Alfred, I forgot to talk about him. He was good. He was good. Yeah. I think that's it as far as like flaws. Overall, I'm really happy with how this film came out. You could tell Matt Reeves really fought for that creative control. I mean, it shows. And I really believe because it was Batman, you know, WB was like, okay, all right, we'll let you do your job as the creative. Okay. And I think they only did that because it was Batman. Because we've seen how they treat their other properties and other characters. They don't let the directors do their jobs. Outside of very few. And they wonder why their past movies... Ugh. But yeah, I hope in the future, maybe they'll take this as a, oh, you know, we should let the creatives actually, you know, be the creatives. For other characters, because I feel like there's so many characters who deserve this type of treatment, who deserve these character pieces, and I don't know if we're ever gonna get them. I really hope so, but this is a great start. I think they're doing a sequel for this movie. I'm excited. I wonder what villain they're gonna use. I would love to personally either see Two-Face. I think we're definitely gonna see Penguin, right? His rise in the crime world or whatever. But I would love to see Two-Face come in, and I would love to see Clayface come in. I think Clayface would be amazing with the horror element that they've introduced. He would be amazing. Amazing. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's my review on the film. What did you guys think? Let me know, or not. That's okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I will check in with you guys later. Bye.